Oh, hey, we're back. All right, so the last video got cut off. So this is part 2 of weather station models and air masses. Okay, so I had taken you through continental polar, continental tropical, and I was talking about continental Arctic, and the continental Arctic air masses come down from Canada and bring really very cold, very dry air. The fourth air mass is Maritime Polar. So, Maritime Polar you find in areas like the Pacific Northwest, where you get really cold, moist, and unstable air coming down from Alaska and the western coast of Canada down to areas like Washington and Oregon, and it brings a lot of rain, lots of precipitation, very, very cool and moist. Okay, and the last one is Maritime Tropical. Maritime Tropical is air that you find that comes from the oceans, either the Atlantic, which comes up from the Bahamas and that area there, or you find coming up to California on the west coast. And on the east coast, we generally get warm, moist, very unstable air, which is why we have very dynamic weather patterns on certain times of the year coming from that area. Okay. On page 74 of your lab manual, it will ask you to map these. So just go through and get an idea of where these are located based on the things that I have told you about this map. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about on page 75 of your lab manual is fronts. And there are 3 fronts to talk about, but I'm really going to go in depth into 2 of them. So the first front we're going to talk about is cold front. And a cold front brings cold air, and what happens is the cold air pushes warmer air up over it, and it generally brings very dynamic weather, like thunderheads or usually lots of rain, and then what will happen is it will be fair weather afterwards, but very cool. And you see that the cold air comes in and pushes out the warm air, and it is denoted by this line with like teeth, right? You see right here, like these little pointy teeth. Okay. Inversely, we have a warm front, and a warm front is denoted by warm air coming in and just slightly pushing out the cold air, and you get this denoted by these like lump things on the front. So you can see here like little semicircles. And the warm air comes in and pushes out the cold air. And you generally get a lot of light rain, light snow associated with this, followed by warmer, milder weather. So the other type of front is the occluded front, and usually what happens there is you will get, page 76 talks about mid-latitude cyclones, and that is when the 2 fronts come together and mix with one another, and you get some very dynamic weather with an occluded front. Okay, so we are here at the end of the lecture part of the lab, and from here I would like you guys to do pages 79, 80, and 81. Oh yeah, I have a little. Alright, so what you're turning into me is page 73 if you would like to try for the bonus. Page 73 where you construct the weather station model. You can turn that into me, put your name on it. And then 79, 80, and 81. This is what you are turning into me. And be sure to, as I said earlier in the video or the other video, please turn these in on Canvas. Turn them in on Canvas. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to text me. Like I said, do not call me. If you text me, I might not get back to you right away. But I can promise you at least a response as soon as I see it. Additionally, you can email me at my personal email, as I had put into the original post, the update. And that is the absolute best way to get a hold of me at this point. If you do not get a hold of me right away, do not be afraid to try again. Sometimes I just don't see things right away, or I have some of my own classes to read things for, so I might not get to it immediately. So, to finish this off here, we will have another lab video at the beginning of next week, and then afterwards, I will be posting a review to prepare for the final. And like I said before, I do not have the ability to give a review session to you guys, so I'm going to have to film one. And I want you guys to have a chance to go through and see what is important to know going into the final. So, all right, I think that's everything. So again, remember to hand in page 73 at the bottom. Take a picture of that and send it in to me for bonus. 79, 80, and 81. So good luck, and let me know if you need any help.